Missouri Valley braces for another administrative retirement, and the new faces and new positions mean new aspects to some of Valley's traditions. I'm Austin Bolin, and welcome to the first edition of KMVC News for the 2022 fall semester. Missouri Valley College President Bonnie Humphrey will be retiring at the end of this academic year. Humphrey has been the president at MVC for the past 17 years, with a goal of helping students succeed and have a good college experience. KMVC's Mark Rodriguez reports has some of the final years of Missouri Valley's first female president.
Prior to President Humphrey's 17th year at Missouri Valley College, she announced her retirement. President Humphrey has had many accomplishments in her time at MoVal, but one of her favorite accomplishments was improving the campus.
I think the other thing that has been important to me is to improve the buildings.
President Humphrey goes on to talk about the buildings that were completed during her time here.
We built the Malcolm Center. We built the Fletcher Building. We built the Viking Village and the Valley Village.
President Humphrey stated that construction is needed to be done every few years and stay up to date. She goes on to talk about how fundraising was necessary.
And so we've raised over probably around $32 million here in the last, however long it's been, since 2005.
President Humphrey stated it was a team effort. Upon retirement, President Humphrey doesn't know what she wants to do quite yet, but knows she wants to spend time with family.
Oh, I have 6 grandchildren. I like to spend more time with them, but I'll find something to do.
President Humphrey has enjoyed her time here, but looks forward to passing on the torch. Mark Rodriguez, KMVC News.
The Board of Trustees are currently in the process of searching for Missouri Valley College's next president. As the year renews, Missouri Valley College welcomes new and upcoming students for the new year. The annual Convocation ceremony is a way to show the diversity that is brought to campus each new year. KMVC's Cody Hohenberger reports on the changes made to the ceremony and the enrollment for the 2022 fall semester.
Every year, Convocation has looked a little different from the last. For the fall of 2022, students from all over the world were welcomed to campus, representing 44 states and 63 countries. In an attempt to make Convocation run smoother and quicker, students were lined up next to each other, each holding a flag representing a country or state. After they were announced, they would step forward and hold up their flag. Director of Student Success Gabriela Morales says it made it a lot easier than what students were asked to do in years prior.
It's a lot easier for them to just step forward and hold out a flag instead of walking and turning it. So I enjoyed it. I thought Lindsay and Elizabeth did a great job.
In the fall of 2021, MVC set a record with over 1,500 students enrolled. This year, not only did MVC welcome approximately 380 new freshmen as a part of the class of 2026, 9 more countries are represented this year compared to last.
For new freshmen, I believe we have right around the 370, 380 total new freshmen. I don't have the exact number for total enrollment between returning students, new transfers, and new freshmen, but for new freshmen, we're right around that 370, 380 range.
Cody Hohenberger, KMVC News.
Convocation is a yearly ceremony that helps highlight the diversity of the college and recognize the coaching staffs, student leaders, and student organizations. Missouri Valley College is starting a program to deliver post-secondary planning and development to rural students within a 60-mile radius of the college. KMVC's Timo Oliveira reports on the people and the funding behind the program.
Pathways for Rural Success is made of Missouri Valley staff from Student Success and Financial Aid, including a financial literacy specialist, student success specialist, and the program director, Debbie Gonzalez, who retired as superintendent of Slater Schools last June.
The main goal is for students to see their options, because we are kind of in the heart of the rural. If we look at a 60-mile radius, we're hitting
around 60 schools.
Yeah.
Pathways for Rural Success is meant to increase enrollment rates in college, technical schools, and internships of rural students and provide resources like academic development and technology.
We've been talking about sending surveys to our high school counselors of like, what would you need from us? What do you need? What do your students need?
The Department of Education awarded Missouri Valley College a $1.2 million grant to be dispersed over 3 years.
We were originally told that we did not receive the grant, and then a few months after receiving that letter, we got a call that was a wonderful surprise that we were going to be able to do all this good work to help students.
Valley had only 3 weeks to write up an application for the grant.
I had to kind of just go ahead and write it and then ask for buy-in afterwards.
And we've been helped by so many people in so many departments, and they're just willing to do that. So that's a great thing of Valley. You know, everyone's willing to help you.
Pathways popped up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
When we come to those schools, we're going to be blasting out to them, hey, Slater, we're coming to you tomorrow, you know, like.
Pathways is already working with schools and will reach out to Industries and Marshall as they continue.
Officially starts in October. The grant program team is working behind the scenes so it is ready to go when the funds are available. Jacina Farfan is the new international director this fall. She has worked for the college for almost 2 years as an assistant director, and as KMVC's Laura Kidder reports, she is now facing this new stage in life.
Yesenia Farfan has been announced as the new international director this fall after having worked almost 2 years as an assistant director in the international office. Thanks to her previous experience, her adaptation to the new job position is being easier.
Been working in the international office for more than a year. I think it helped me understand a little bit of the international side.
Farfan is already working in new projects to help the international students have the easiest and best college experience.
Having all the information needed for the internationals, so the trip to Missouri Valley College will be way easier and knowledgeable.
Farfan is taking this new opportunity in her professional career with enthusiasm and is prepared to face any obstacles that may come in the future. Laura Quero, KMVC News.
Farfan is overseeing students from more than 60 countries from around the world. The Missouri Valley women's soccer team went into the opening week of the Heart of America Athletic Conference slate with a 3-1 record, and the Vikings opened league play with a 3-0 win on the road against Evangel. Valley's conference home opener came against Grandview, which also came into the game with a 1-0 record. It was a tight defensive contest between the Grandview's Vikings and Valley's Vikings. Grandview got on the board in the 19th minute as Izzy Damon split 3 Valley defenders and rolled a soft shot past Marina Barneda. And that was it for the scoring. Grandview's defense limited Missouri Valley's scoring chances, and Grandview earned the 1-0 victory to improve to 2-0 in the Heart. Next up for Missouri Valley is Central Methodist on the 21st in a game that is available on Valley Will Roll and the Viking Sports Network. The 6th-ranked Missouri Valley men's soccer team began its season with a non-conference slate featuring teams like Columbia, Briar Cliff, and Mid-America Christian that made last year's NAIA tournament. The Vikings went 2-1 in those games and still have a game with Oklahoma Wesleyan in November. Valley opened its conference schedule with a win against Evangel and tried to improve to 2-0 against Grandview. Valley's Malik Hasanovic scored his second goal of the season in the 9th minute, but it was his second goal of the game that was unlikely. The ball squirted through the hands of Grandview's keeper, Robin Balters, and into the net. It was 2-0 heading into the half. Second half, and Yokishi Igarashi scored on a bicycle kick for his first of the season. Grandview scored with 20 minutes left, but Valley improved to 2-0 in the Heart. Next up for Missouri Valley is number 1 Central Methodist on the 21st on Greg Mitchell Field. That's available on the Viking Sports Network. Wednesday's match against CMU renews the rivalry of 2 teams that claimed 3 consecutive national championships, with the Eagles winning in 18 and 19, followed by the Vikings in 20. KMVC's Kevion Long reports on Missouri Valley College men's soccer captain and the Vikings' quest for a national title.
Missouri Valley College senior captain Stefan Milosovic opens up about winning a NAIA national championship and what it would mean to win again one last time.
At the moment of winning, at the moment when the clock struck 0 and I realized that we won national championship, it was I don't know, you can't put emotions in words, and the whole situation when you realize that you're the number 1 team in the whole nation.
Stefan Milosovic and Dusan Milosovic are both seniors from Serbia and are NAIA national champions. Stefan says him and Dusan past have been different, but have still managed to end up together.
In that championship winning team, it was me and Dusan. We have the same last name, which was even crazier now. We're not related, but we had completely different paths to end up in the same place as a number 1 team in the whole nation. So
Milosovic is prepared to give it his all in his last semester at Missouri Valley College. Milosovic says this will be an amazing season.
This is my last semester in Missouri Valley, and I'm gonna play every single minute like it's the last one, because for me it's gonna go by so fast. So I'm telling you, if you come to support us, you have to be ready for a good spectacle, because it's gonna be amazing.
Steven is excited about the season, but understands there are still a lot of games ahead. Kivian Long, KMVC News.
Again, the first of those games is on the 21st against CMU. The Eagles have won the Hart Conference's regular season title the last 3 seasons. The Missouri Valley football team started its season with a 2-1 mark. The loss by 1 point on the road at Clark, and the most recent victory was in overtime against Graceland. Coming off the win against the Jackets, the Vikings hit the road to take on Culver-Stockton, a team Missouri Valley hasn't beaten since 2018. Valley opened the scoring just 2 minutes into the game on a 52-yard pass from Oliver Svirksy to Dorian Miles. The Wildcats tied the game on their first possession, and the Vikings answered with a 9-play, 67-drive capped by Jalen Jones's 2-yard run. But Culver-Stockton took a 16-14 lead into the break. The second half belonged to Missouri Valley. The Vikings defense allowed only the Wildcats 41 yards of offense, and Svirksy threw a pair of fourth-quarter touchdown passes to lead Missouri Valley to a 28-16 win. Valley is 3-1 for the first time since 2016 and faces William Penn on the 24th. New faces on the roster are part of every fall for the college football team, but KMVC's Pedro Santa reports on how one Missouri Valley player is making an immediate impact on the team.
Looking to score again.
That's the first semester of a junior quarterback, Oliver Svirksy, but it's possible to say that it feels like home for the player, and it seems to be working for the team as well. They are 3-1 in season after defeating Culver-Stockton last Saturday. Coach Stroff explained how was the process of recruiting the new quarterback.
Well, we knew he was a good player. We recruited him when he was coming out of JUCO, but he was looking for a bigger school and got a scholarship opportunity at a big school. So don't blame him. He took that opportunity, and we kind of kept tabs on him a little bit, and then when we found out that he wasn't enrolled at the same school, then we reached out and asked him if he'd have an interest, and fortunately for us, he did.
Svirksy also has some good expectations for the team this season after coming back from an injury.
All the guys are really supportive. I haven't played in a long time, so getting back to it, they've been really helping me out. Expectations, I think that as long as we do our job, the sky is the limit for us. We can really put things together when we want to, and we just got to be more consistent.
Svirksy called attention after completing a 37-yard pass to tie the game against Graceland and gave the Vikings the opportunity to win in overtime. The player has 5 touchdowns and 2 victories in 3 games. Pedro Santos, KMVC News.
Svirksy and Missouri Valley host William Penn on the 24th. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff and is available on the Viking Sports Network. The Missouri Valley women's volleyball team's 9-2 start was its best since 2017, which was the last time Brett Holt served as the team's coach. However, the Vikings dropped 6 straight, and 3 in the Heart of America Athletic Conference play. Heading into the weekend, back-to-back sets against Benedictine and Baker. Missouri Valley started each of the sets against Benedictine well, but the Ravens pulled away in each one, sweeping the Vikings with scores of 25-14, 25-18, and 25-14. The Vikings had 19 attack errors and a hitting percentage of just more than 6%. Meanwhile, the Ravens had 2 players with double-digit kills. But Missouri Valley rebounded to get its first conference win of the season against Baker on Saturday behind 3 players with double-digit kills and 50 assists from Lindsey Day. The Vikings still had more than 20 attack errors, but Baker had 15 service errors on the afternoon. Valley is now 1-4 in the conference and next hosts Evangel on the 20th. The Missouri Valley weightlifting team has a new coach for this season and plans to take the lifters and the team to nationals. KMVC's Zaire Hardin reports on one Missouri Valley lifter whose past success is guiding him into this season.
Missouri Valley College weightlifting team is getting ready for the upcoming meets this year, and players are working hard for the meets and nationals. Weightlifter O.T. Reed talks about his career in the program and his goals this season.
As a freshman, I placed 3rd at nationals, never losing a meet, and sophomore year, placed 2nd, never losing a meet, and that's it so far. Doing backflips and stuff since I was like 4, so it's just a celebration. I can't really think of anything else to do on the platform, so it just happens. My plan this year is just to win a national title. It's the same goal every year, so just trying to make it happen this time.
as OT Reed gets ready for his season and has the mindset of going to nationals again, but this time winning it all. Coach Carsile talks about what he wants to see from OT.
Well, he's super close to a split jerk record, PR, so I'm going to see him PR on both lifts and win a natty, obviously, because if anyone can, he will. But, you know, he has good days, bad days, often on the same day sometimes, so he'll get there.
The weightlifting program has been lifting, practicing, and preparing for a while now, and is getting ready for the meets in the upcoming months. Zaire Hardin, KMVC News.
OT Reed placed third and qualified for nationals at the Missouri Valley College Invite in 2020. KMV News is scheduled to run every Tuesday until the final week of the semester, and subscribers to the MVC Viking YouTube account can now get notifications when the show is uploaded. Thanks for watching. I'm Austin Bolin, and this is KMVC News.